Okay, we're down to the final team here of the North Central Florida High School Football Media Day. Of course, today we're at the Alachua County Athletics and Events Center in Gainesville, and joined, last but not least, the Columbia Tigers, of course, and up in Lake City, Coach Brian Allen. Second stint for you. You've been there 12 years now as head coach, and I know you wrote that disappointing season. You said looking at the record, but how do you kind of judge last season, looking back on it?
Well, I think anytime you're back in the saddle from being away for a few years, number one, trying to get the wind back in your sail, but secondly, trying to get the culture to where you want it. You know, everybody has their own mindset when it comes down to the culture that they want. I think mine's unique, and we got it there in that first decade of being there. But the first year back, it was a process, breaking some bad habits, creating some good new habits. And one thing that I look back on is starting that job, or this job, in April, how much of a difference it was this off season with us being able to get going in December and taking that through April and into spring ball. You wouldn't really, a lot of people probably don't think about how important that off season time is, those 4 months. But there's a lot of mental training that takes place. There's a lot of strength training that takes place. And, just looking back on a year ago, not having that, but we were able to create a culture to where it's taken off and it's caught fire this year. Having a great off season. I'm really looking forward to it being disappointing a year ago, but the rebound to where we're going to be this year being great.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like you said, the second year has got easier than the first any time, and like you said, it's been smoother the off season getting ready for this year.
Absolutely, like I said, just really encouraged from the standpoint of the staff, and again, everybody being brought in with the group that we have there, but the kids especially. When you start hearing the conversations that you're having as coaches come out of the mouths of the kids, they're getting it. That culture's changing when you're starting to see what they're doing, the impact that they're having within the school, and how that changes as well. As the football players are always the biggest, the most popular, the best looking, that what they're doing, that's what the culture of the school is going to be. And you can start to see that change because of the way they're acting and the things they're doing. You have to get rid of some, but then there's a lot that are going to stay in and buy in, and that's happening in a major way with us right now.
So this is a fairly experienced team. You got a lot of seniors, and you got a lot of guys returning on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that's a big difference from a year ago. You look at the group offensively. There was one kid on the offensive line that had gotten a start with those 5 guys that were on the offensive side of the ball. A young kid in Xavier that's next to me, having to take major quality snaps a year ago, had to start 4 games when he should have been getting development on the junior varsity, but had to step up and play varsity football. And in those 4 starts, he won games. I don't know that I've had a freshman in the 11 seasons that I've been there that threw 4,000 yards, that had double-digit touchdowns. That experience that he gained a year ago is going to help him tremendously going into this year as the guy. So going into this year, we have kids that now aren't first-year starters. They have a season under their belt. They have a lot of quality reps under their belt. We have defensive returners that have played a lot of snaps, but those ones last year that had to play snaps, they played a lot of quality snaps. So although we're breaking in some new guys into their roles, they got quality snaps a year ago, and they won't play like sophomores. They should be playing more like juniors and seniors this year.
So I know a little bit of a change now, 4A District 3, at least for the number, but is your district fairly similar, or was some changes this year?
No, definitely changes when you add on a St. Augustine.
Oh,
they played for it a year ago.
Yeah, they played for the time.
It's a little bit different than playing Orange Park, Middleburg, and Ridgeview. But Ridgeview did continue in the district. They got a new head coach, but it's a little bit of a shake-up this year when your Week 6 matchup, the first week of districts, is St. Augustine. You hate to look way ahead, but that's probably going to determine your champ. I know those other teams that are involved in it have their own say and opinion in that, but that first week of districts is really going to be a big game. Really glad to have it at our place, but we've scheduled a tough schedule as always with any of the teams that I have. So by the time we hit districts, we should be rolling.
Yeah, right. St. Augustine always good, and they were a few seconds away from winning against the state title against Mainland. And I know Swanee's back on the schedule. I know that's probably got to be a big deal for the guys.
Yeah, very excited about that. I don't know the exact number of years, but before I left, it was over a 50-year rivalry that had taken place. So for that to be back on is tremendous for us. We played them last year in the Classic at their place, but for it to be a regular season game and being back on the schedule, not only a regular season game and back on the schedule, but it's the 30th anniversary of our stadium being built at the high school that we played Swanee first game of the regular season, and that ended up being a Friday night game, rained out, mud bowl as everybody was trying to leave, and us coming back Saturday and replaying it. So it has some different implications from it being the rivalry and it being a 30-year anniversary of us playing.
Yeah, I'm sure you played at Columbia. Coach Hall was at Swanee. That's always a big deal. You guys get to play each other. You know how the rivalry goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of like Florida State. Records don't really matter at the point that you get to a rivalry game, although it's week 1 and the records are 0-0. But it doesn't matter who's up, who's down. When that's a rivalry game, everybody's juiced up for it and coming out to play the best ball.
I guess I should have known you'd bring up Florida State. But okay, Coach, if you want to, go ahead and introduce the guys you have with you.
This is my sophomore quarterback, Xavier Collins.
Okay.
My senior receivers, Marion Jones. Senior receiver, Benton Edge. Senior outside linebacker, Dejon Brown. And senior D-tackle, Caden Bolstein.
Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll start talking to you guys. We'll start with Xavier, right?
Yes, sir.
So Xavier, talk about stepping in last year as a freshman and the year you had as a starting quarterback last year.
When I first stepped in, it was hard, It's hard, like, as a freshman, learning the plays and, learning the offense. Because I was with JV, and I just had to step up because the quarterback got hurt. So being new to everything, it was hard. But I got used to it.
Coach, you said you don't usually have freshmen starting quarterbacks, right?
Doesn't usually happen.
So now, though, that you have a year under your belt, how much more confident are you coming in as a sophomore to the sophomore year?
It's real. It brings up my confidence a lot since, I had success last year as a freshman.
Now, did y'all do like 50-50, like the pass or run? You kind of do a lot of mix?
A bit more 70-30 probably.
Right. Okay. Now that's okay. But is there a game on the schedule you're looking forward to?
No, so I'm just looking to play ball.
I'm gonna play ball. All right.
Sir.
Well, you not long. It's a few weeks away. Appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead. You can pass it on to. That is Zamarian
Yep.
Jones, wide receiver, senior, and how'd you like working with a quarterback next to you last year?
It's good. Watching them learn offense more and more. So it's like you can see the progression to where something he couldn't do last week, he can do it this week, and it make it easier for you.
Senior year for you, and does it kind of hit you? This is last season, or just enjoy every moment of it and see how if this team can go a little bit further this year, right?
Oh, we definitely gonna go further this year.
Okay.
But it ain't really hit me yet. It ain't really hit me yet. It might hit me the first game of the season, but right now I just see it as another season.
Yeah. What's the game you kind of look forward to? Do you have one?
No, I don't really got 1 week at a time.
No. Okay. We'll go ahead and move on to. Sorry, I'm
Benton Edge.
using the notes. Benton Edge, yes, senior, another receiver as well.
Yes, sir.
And they get you the ball a lot.
Sir?
Did they get you the ball a lot?
Yes, sir. Every chance that they get.
Yeah, that's good to know as a receiver. But again, same question. How was it working with your freshman? He was a freshman last year. Watching him kind of grow and as a starting quarterback a year ago.
Yes, sir. It's good. I mean, coming in as a freshman, we didn't really have as much timing down, but as it progresses, we started getting our timing down. He knows where we're going to be, and we know when he's going to throw the ball there.
What have you been working on this offseason to get maybe better as a wide receiver or better as a player?
Footwork. I mean, we've been working out. The entire team's been working out real hard, and we've been putting in a lot of work as a whole team.
Coach, what's the strength you'd say this team coming in? What do they probably need to most work on, you think?
A year ago, offensive line was our biggest point of emphasis, is where we placed the biggest point of emphasis, probably with our offensive line. Again, a year ago, our defense had a lot of kids that had started the games, had a lot of success. Offensively, we were breaking in guys that hadn't played varsity snaps a ton. Again, this year, we're going to have guys that have played quality snaps, guys that have started on both sides of the ball. We're breaking in a new secondary. I think we graduated all 4 of our guys that were in the secondary a year ago, but guys are stepping up. We've got some quality guys that have joined the family, and some guys that have been a part of the family that have stepped up, have worked hard, have worked to perfect their craft and get better day in, day out. And again, I like to say, if you had your opportunity to take a shot at us last year, that was your shot, because these guys are going to be a different group. It'll be more of that first 10 years that people saw, that first decade that we were here.
Yeah. All right. If you want to go ahead and pass it down, is that Dejan?
Yep.
Okay. You're a senior as well?
Yes, sir.
Linebacker?
Yes, sir.
How do you like that being a linebacker? How do you like that position, kind of, would you say maybe the leader defensively? Usually linebackers are.
Yes, sir. So linebacker, I love it. I can't do anything without my D lineman. D lineman is first thing. They get the blockers off of me. They keep me free. They let me make plays. So without anything.
I'm sure your coach probably works with the defense a good amount.
Yes, sir. A little bit. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
some. But it's your senior year too. So what's it going to take for this team to? He said you're going further. What is it going to take for y'all to get over that?
What it's going to take us just relentless and intensity. We got to want it enough. We have to want it.
Okay. And finally, we have. Is that? Sorry, I missed.
Caden Bowles.
Caden. Okay. Caden, you play what position?
Defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle. Okay. Well, are you a senior as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what are you looking forward to now this senior year? I mean, last year playing for Columbia, just kind of looking forward to kind of enjoying it mostly.
Well, obviously enjoying it, but just going further than we have in further years, and just bringing the team closer as a family and just going as far as we can.
You guys pretty close, most of the team, the seniors as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're all like a big family.
Is there a game you're kind of looking forward to this year?
Honestly, we're, just go week by week. Pretty much.
One game at a time, right?
Yes, sir.
That's always the coach speak a little bit, but hey, that's the way it works.
Yes, sir. Next game's always the biggest game.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming down to Gainesville today. We appreciate it, and sorry we kept you here so late. But good luck. I know practice starts 12 days, right? July 29th. Yeah. So. And who's your opener? Swanee. That's right. Who's your kickoff?
We'll start with a kickoff classic against Bradford.
Okay. Yeah. Good start.
Good test, right?
Good start.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. The Columbia Tigers head coach Brian Allen, and that is the last team we're going to have today. Where's Josh? Coming up, we're going to have apparently a esteemed media panel, maybe. But anyway, you've been watching the North Central Florida High School Football Media Day live from the Alachua County Athletics and Events Center in Gainesville.